Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Sword of the Stars 2. So we are in the middle of trying to defend Cuthbert from yet another Sulka attack. There was a little detail, last time I was playing, for some reason I was having trouble reorganizing, not reorganizing, but I should say placing my fleets before combat, but that seems to have been resolved, so I don't know what the issue was. Normally you're able to drag your fleets around and place them before combat happens, and I was having some difficulty doing that, but now it seems to work fine, so I don't know really what the issue was. So this is a new recording session, but I remember what we were doing. So Uxor is going to be attacked in 3 turns. I think this fleet is going to die to missiles. However, I would like to avoid the stations getting destroyed. So what I'm going to do is make sure that... So they're going to come in this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy my police cruisers in very specific locations. Which is to say... I want to... So the planetary missile range is... I forget exactly how far, but it's pretty far. It's maybe about this far. And so I want to make... I'm going to basically have... They're going to come here and they're going to attack this way, right? And I want them to intercept my police cruiser, which is then going to run away. So it's going to slow down time for a while and basically prolong the proportion of the 5 minutes of combat that they're fighting in range of the planet missiles, but not in range of the stations. So if I don't place the police cutters, then they'll just show up randomly, and they might not be there in time. Because I'm not going to move this fleet back to protect Uxor. It's not needed. What I am going to do is I'm going to relocate the repair cruisers from Barrett to Cuthbert, because we're going to need to repair the ships. Like, this fleet might need to stay parked here. So this fleet can, in 1 turn, move between the 2. So since all the enemy fleets are coming into Cuthbert, we're just going to keep it patrolling there. Now, why do we have 10? Oh, because we have a construction fleet that is idle. Yeah, we were holding back on the civilian construction because we didn't have the money. And in fact, now we're spending our money on building a second backup fleet of cruisers, which we're mostly building here at Barrett. So we're not going to unmothball the construction ships. We're going to let that happen. I think we're good to go here. Let's double check the trade to make sure we didn't forget anything. Looks good. Next turn. I want to also double check on my government, see how we're doing. All right. Survey fleet is striking. Yeah, so this is like a tiny fleet. I'm not too worried about it. We've already set the position in the battle manager. Let's go. So some of my ships are a little beat up, but that's life. Let's get the command ship back here, and I should have moved forward first, I guess. All right, it's nice of them to attack with the command ship in front. Saves us the trouble of having to find it. Yeah, I mean, we might end up taking some casualties here just because we don't have point defense. And they're shooting at us with a lot of missiles, basically. You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, we'll try to be evasive with this ship. They've got the battle riders. Let's turn around so that we can maximize... So again, we're trying to get their command ship first. This guy is... He's okay. He's, just gonna keep trying to be evasive. Let's get these guys a bit closer in range. This guy's engines are in bad shape. Alright, let's turn around and engage, because this ship's gonna engage anyways. This guy is still fine. Let's turn around and engage. Oh, apparently they're trying to break through. Not what I was expecting. That is not what I was expecting. I was expecting them to focus on that ship, but oh well. I think I will still be able to take out this ship. This guy is close enough to do some damage. Come on, I think a few more good shots. Oh, this guy lost his engines. I mean, we're not gonna lose this fight overall, but there we go. Huh, good. All right, we got the engines on their command ship. Let's finish it off. That's my priority, is just killing this command ship. And actually, I think so far we haven't yet lost. That's not true. We had already lost that ship. Let's see, we have 6 cruisers. I think we actually had 7 at the beginning of this fight, so I think we lost 1. Which is, you know, unfortunate. This ship is in danger. This guy's fine, this guy's fine, this guy's fine. Oh, he lost a section somehow. All of these ships are like on both sides are really beat up. Alright, come on guys. Bottom plane. There we go. Alright, good. Now we have 2 minutes left. Let's see what we can do about... I'm going to go close to attack, or pursuit, whatever. Close attack is fine. See if we can kill the supply ship. Meanwhile, this guy is just taking missile shots. I think there's not much I can do here to dodge, to spread the damage. I'm gonna try to turn to face them so that if I'm lucky, unless the supply ships come to finish them off, but any missiles coming this way, I would like them to hit the front section, which is still doing well. Have we killed this supply ship yet? Not quite. Yeah, now that missile is coming. Where is it gonna hit? I think we're okay. 18% on the mission section. Alright, we destroyed 1 section over here. I think we can get these engines. You know, supply ships don't have a lot of firepower, but the Zul ships do have a heavy turret on their engine section, and it looks like their designs have missiles. There we go. Done. And let's see if we can finish them off. So I'm targeting the engine section just because it's bigger, so it's more likely that I'll hit it. This front section probably has fewer sort of hit points, so to speak, but it's just much harder to target. It's so small. Okay, so that went as well as could be expected. Let's see if in 10 seconds we can actually get the kill on the supply ship. That would just be a nice little bonus. Nice, with 1 second to spare, and before the missiles get there. Fantastic. So I think we lost, we'll find out in a sec, but I think we lost 1 cruiser. But we killed their command ship and 2 supply ships, which is what we wanted.
System update.
Yeah, we lost 1 of the cruisers, but we destroyed their command ship, which is what really counts. We relocated the repair ships here, so now we should be able to, if not completely repair everything, we can, let's, repair as much as we can. Good. Okay, we've got a colonization fleet back there. So this colonization fleet is just supporting Altera here. They're actually almost done, basically. It's down to 150. It was a 300 to start with, so that's fantastic. This guy has to go and recolonize Cuthbert, which was bombarded into oblivion.
I'll have the colony on its feet in no time, Director.
And I'm just using the arrow keys here to tab through this. Yeah, 2 turns in Uxor, we know that. And let's see, trade in case I missed a... In case I missed a stimulus ship, but I didn't. Okay, we're good. Oh, we're building ships here. We didn't yet. Let's queue up a few more of these. So it occurred to me between recording sessions that... So I'm going for the missile point defense. But it occurred to me that ballistics would have made a lot of sense in this game too, because it looks like the Sulka are using battle riders. And battle riders are just destroyed by... what is going... Oh, is the patrol mission over? Yeah, the patrol mission's over because they ran out of supply, so that's okay. Let's repair everything. Let's bring the... Let's also bring the repair cruisers back so they kind of follow their ship. Yeah, so ballistics really, as a point defense system, is really amazing against the larger targets that you can target with point defense. So basically, battle riders. So that would have been a good choice. Plus, it would allow us easily to branch into... because in order to get it, you get this general buff to ballistics, then it makes sense to go into ballistic weapons, right? So then we would get AP rounds would be the next logical weapon system. And you can retrofit the terribly inaccurate mass drivers that are on our starting cruisers into AP rounds, which damage for a lot more and are also a lot more accurate. Going missile point defense first, though, is... you know, I like the missile point defense, so I'm still not disappointed. Although, you know, we'll see. Okay, so here's... Let's see if I can execute this plan.
Coordinates locked. Maneuver drive to 4.
So the police craft normally just kind of randomly patrol. Give them a few targets to shoot at. Here they come. Oh, yeah, I should have suspected that. That was kind of silly, but... So they have like a ton of missiles, right? And I have no point defense. So probably this police craft is going to get annihilated. Here come the missiles. I mean, here come our missiles. You know, I mean, this is still giving them targets to shoot at, which is good, right? Because they're... What I'm trying to do is, like, force them to throw a few missile volleys at my little ships here instead of shooting at my stations. I would like not to lose the civilian station. By the way, which one? Oh, this is the civilian station. So actually, the luck of the alignment, the luck of the orbits is pretty good. It's, you know, put the civilian station behind us. These guys don't even have sections or anything, so there's not much we can do to spread out the damage. Oh, we could. For some reason, all the damage is coming on the same facing. So we can rotate the ship around. Yeah, the missiles. I think the missiles are going right for the planet. I kind of wish they were still shooting my police craft. So you can tell that the the planet missiles are doing a number on these ships. Now, unfortunately, planet missiles tend to just target the center, the mission section, right? But eventually they will finish off all of these cruisers. So you see both from the North and South Pole a lot of planet missiles, and these missiles are more powerful than the average sort of missiles on your ships. So let's see if we can help a little bit with these tiny police craft. Yeah, if they're shooting the planet, I mean, it's unfortunate. Obviously, it's doing some damage to the economy, but this planet can take it. It's a large planet. It's got quite a big population. So it's unfortunate for the people that are living over there. But,
Critical hit prepared, Captain.
yeah, too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna just fast forward.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
I've got these police cruisers trying to get at the engines of this ship.
Hit prepared, Captain. Pursuit mode
Just kind of
high.
pursuit. You don't have to be running around.
We've been painted.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
So you see, I mean, they are damaging the planet. If these were properly equipped vessels for planetary assault, then even a fully developed world can be decimated by a small group of cruisers. But I hadn't yet seen those kinds of ships being produced by the enemy, so I was confident just letting the planet defend itself. Okay, so we destroyed 2 of the cruisers. The others are pretty heavily damaged. Oh, who's this coming to pay us a visit? Oh, these are the Lear coming to say hello. All right. So yeah. So if we take a look at the planet now, it took a bit of environmental damage, a little bit of infrastructure damage, but nothing that can't be fixed. Okay. Fleet 1 has returned to base here. Let's repair everything. Let's re-equip the fleet. It was short 2 cruisers. Now the fleet is back up to full strength. Okay. So Fleet 1 is ready. Now I have to... Let's see. What is this? Yeah, they're returning. So I think they're just going to return slowly here. Now the question is, do I park this fleet at Cuthbert or at Barrett? I think I'm gonna move. So I basically have to guess like where they're gonna attack next. I think I'm gonna move the Fleet 1 to Cuthbert. They don't have any
Yes, Commander.
direct node lines to
Transfer
Luxor.
underway.
They're going through Barrett, and I can always react here in 1 turn. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna relocate the repair ships
Clean
to be
out your
in
lockers,
Cuthbert.
people. We've got a new
Um,
base.
Cuthbert is more vulnerable. Barrett has already has like a decent population, so it might actually survive an assault. Maybe not. It's not clear, but it might be able to take a stray bullet or 2, whereas Cuthbert really can't. Okay, so we need to make a whole full fleet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a command, which is the Ark Royal. Yeah. Okay, that's going to cost 800,000 over 8 turns. That's going to cost about 100,000 a turn. So we can afford to bump research a little bit more. Make sure our supply is good. We're losing a bit, but I think that's good enough. So that our economics should be all set. Microfusion drives in about 6 turns. That's going to boost our missiles. In addition, so in the missile tree, in addition to getting missile point defense interceptors. Oh, what's this? Oh, the Haunt of Spectres is a random... I'm gonna actually auto-combat this. It is a random event. Actually, well, I guess I should show it to you. And we can just fast forward it. They're like space ghosts, right? What they do is they attack your ships, but they do it... so this is what they look like. They attack your ships, but they just kill the population, and they leave the ships intact. And actually, they will attack your stations and drain the population. And it looks like the station is destroyed, but then at the beginning of the next turn, the station is still there because they didn't actually damage the infrastructure of the station. So I'm fast forwarding a little bit. This is our capital, so we've got a lot of missiles. Also, I forget, there's some weird thing with energy weapons, like they're either immune to them or, I don't know, something. Yeah, so you see it looks like these stations on the map here looks like they have been completely destroyed, but actually they're disabled because there's no population, but the station is actually still standing. One thing you got to be careful of is that these guys, like, they latch on to the object, right? And your missiles, which shoot them, the area of effect damage of the missile can cause damage to whatever it is they're latched onto, and that can damage or even destroy the ship or the station. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so, you know, they killed some people. Now, interestingly, Soul Force can research technology that makes you immune to attack from the ghosts. They're the only race that can do that. It's not like a huge priority, but, you know, we might get that eventually. Okay, so, yeah, so damage wasn't too severe. Oh, they attacked. I can't even tell who they attacked, but I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, these guys are coming back here at slower than light speed. So I'm just cycling through to make sure I don't miss any messages about alien fleets coming. Okay, this colonization fleet came back because why? Because they finished at Cuthbert. Good. I guess they have nothing better to do than to help wrap things up at Ultara. So I guess we'll just relocate. Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough support capacity. Well, we'll just do it long range. This colonization effort is almost taken care of. We've got our fleet here. We'll set them to patrol.
Mission acknowledged, Soul Force Command. We're on
Here
patrol.
we're still building ships. Now what I should have done is actually put the command ship earlier in the queue so that I could have a partially built fleet appear, but I didn't do that, so that was silly. Here I need to make sure I keep the goods production up. I had readjusted those sliders, and here we're all set. Okay, we're all set here. Yeah, so in the missile tech tree, you have obviously the point defense. You have an upgrade to the planet missiles, and then further down that tree you have the long-range ICBM missiles, and the
Eureka! We've got it!
I'll show you right now. The Soul Force are actually pretty good at missiles, in the sense that their cruiser designs, their ship designs have a really good layout of turrets in the barrage mission section, which combines torpedoes, missiles, and heavy lasers. So if you're playing Soul Force, that's a pretty good ship design. It's not great for close combat brawling, but it's like an efficient. It's carrying a lot of specialized weaponry on a small chassis. So this is the technology we want. Interceptors. 42 turns, a very expensive technology compared to the other point defense options. But first, the most important
We'll see what we can do.
is the feasibility study. We need to know if we will succeed. If not, we need to quickly change and maybe go. I think we'd go for ballistics if we can't get missiles. So let's go through a few turns here and see what our scientists tell us. Pirates again. Maybe I didn't build. I might have forgotten to build the police craft in here. Or to deploy them. I think I built them, but I didn't deploy them. In order to reduce the risk of pirate raids occurring.
System update.
So we lost a freighter. Did I? Oh yeah. So I built them. I just didn't deploy them. So that was silly. Anybody else coming? Yep. We've got a survey fleet which is going to strike us, but this is like a half full fleet, so I'm not sure what their deal is. I can afford, well, I'm building ships here. I'm trying to think whether it's worth it to spend money on civilian stations. My civilian trading capacity is nowhere near full, so I'm not going to do that for now. I could be building science stations. I don't really have the budget to be doing that, to be honest. In that I think at this point it's more important for me to devote my budget to science so that I can get my first generation of ships going. Let me just make sure this fleet is set in roughly the correct position, which is here. And in fact, I want them to start. I want them to come up here, right? I want to intercept them as they get in the system. I don't want them to get close to the planet. It's too vulnerable. Okay, escape, select everything, get the command ship running away, move these guys forward. Let's get these guys here. They have a boar ship, so that's I'm gonna go for the boar ship because I want to basically cause more economic damage. Also, like, I'm gonna run across this field of fire to get to the command ship, so we're gonna try to do damage. How should I explain this? So normally you go for the command ship when you don't want them to continue fighting in your system if they have a more powerful fleet than you. But they have a crappy fleet which only has a few fighting vessels. So I'm happy to keep fighting this fleet turn after turn if they stay in the system. So I don't need to snipe the command ship to force them to retreat. I actually wouldn't mind if they stayed around in the system because I can take this fleet any day, right? Any time. So I'm going to just start doing as much damage as I can. Okay. That guy was taken care of. They're sending battle riders to my planet. They might make it. We'll see. So what's nice, you guys can see, is that, you know, a lot of these mass driver rounds, you know, a lot of them miss, right? But these lasers, on the ones that I designed on the first turn, they almost always hit. So the lasers are very accurate weapons. They also pierce, like their damage profile is like a straight line. If I look at one of my ships, like their damage profile is it's a very narrow line that goes through, whereas the mass drivers are sort of a very blunt instrument. Alright, their battle riders have almost made it here. I don't know if they're going to try to shoot at the planet. The battle riders have a limited range, so we might lose this colony again. We'll see. They have a limited range, and they deployed them very early, so they might not be able to do much before they turn around. Cuthbert doesn't have much of a population. I don't know how many missile hits it can take.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
Taking enemy fire. We've been taken. Target locked. Target data busy. Critical hit prepared, Captain.
They've closed
Yeah.
up that hull breach,
See,
sir.
they got wiped out just in one missile volley. Now, I don't know how much damage this,
Critical hit prepared, Captain.
I hope this outpost can survive. I really hope it can survive.
Taking enemy fire.
They've closed up that hull breach, sir.
We've been
83, 79, yeah, we're good. So, these battle riders kind of disappeared because in fact, I'm not sure why they disappeared. I guess I destroyed the carrier, and so now they no longer have the command infrastructure to be run. Maybe I'm misremembering. It's been a while since I've played with battle riders. I thought that maybe they would stick around even when the carrier was destroyed. That may or may not be true. I guess I'm not 100% sure anymore. Okay, let's see if we can get the command ship. One of the things that I'm not seeing, which you almost always do, or maybe I am seeing it but I'm taking care of it, is that the Sulka almost always have, one of the specialties of the Sulka, besides having 1,000,000 guns, is they have boarding pods on a lot of their ships, their supply ships, their command ships. And they're very effective at boarding. And so before you have point defense, it's kind of dangerous because in the early fights, you know, they always have like a command ship and 2 supply ships, and it's very easy for them to just take out one of your cruisers with a boarding action. And that really hasn't happened to me yet, not that I've noticed. But maybe they've actually tried, and it wouldn't surprise me that my green beamers, which are, you know, terrible point defense, they might actually be good enough point defense to take out the boarding pods as they come towards you. So, but I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So maybe, so I don't know why they haven't tried to board me yet, or why they haven't successfully boarded me yet. Let's see, 12 seconds left. Can you guys do it?
Taking enemy fire.
Not quite. Still, not bad. We got the Boar ship, which is the tunneler that makes the node lines, a very expensive ship. We got 2 carriers, and all the battle riders were destroyed. And we destroyed the command ships, so economically that was very good. Of course, we lost the colony again. And in fact, where did the repair ships go? Yeah, so what I suspect is happening is there's some kind of, I mean, I want to call it a bug, but there's some sort of weird, unexpected behavior. So I had relocated the repair ships to Cuthbert. But Cuthbert, the colony, got destroyed. Now, because I have a naval station, I still have control of the system. And in fact, I can rebase fleets here. But I guess the rebase order was like going to the planet, not to the naval station, somewhere in the code. And so when the colony got destroyed, those ships were like, we don't have anywhere to go. And then they just disappeared, is the best explanation that I can come up with. So that's kind of annoying because I think that's what happened maybe last time also. I had another fleet of repair ships. So far I've lost like 8 cruisers to just like weird, funky behavior in terms of losing control of a colony that you were rebasing ships to. I mean, I guess, you know, it's kind of fair, but not really, because I explicitly was maintaining control over the system with these naval stations. So that's a bit frustrating. I'm going to... yeah, that's a bit frustrating. So I'm going to rebuild a few more repair cruisers
Construction order
and
placed,
send them out
Commander.
there again. Yeah, to replace them once again. All right, well, that's too bad. But our defense is holding in the sense that we're not being overrun, although it'd be nice if we could hold on to this colony more than a few turns. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.